and welcome to my channel, Fred Makes Things, and our monthly hooks and needles crochet box review video for you. Today we are talking box 9 and we're in April of 2025. This video is going to be in 4 parts. Part 1 is going to be talking who Hooks and Needles is and what came inside of the box. Part 2 is going to be talking about the projects themselves. Part 3 is pros, cons, and user error. And then part 4 is going to be final thoughts and sign off. Before we get started, I do want to say hello all. Hello to the new subscribers, the OGs. Hello to anyone who's clicked on this video curious about who Hooks and Needles is and what this box is all about. If you want a more comprehensive breakdown of the first 6 months of getting this box, I have that linked up here in the upper right hand corner for you. So you can go check that out if you want to see kind of like overall thoughts. But this box here today is tailored to my thoughts on the projects from box 9, the projects and yarn and whatnot from box 9. So yeah, let's just get started, I guess. So part 1, who is Hooks and Needles and what came in the box. So Hooks and Needles is a monthly subscription box company that sends you subscription boxes. You can choose crochet or knit as an option, or you can get a combination of the two. Pricing is on the screen for you, but I noticed last time when I went to edit my unboxing video from 2 weeks ago, the pricing had gone up. So it used to be $33.97. I believe it's $35.97 or somewhere around there. They always have like a discount ticker that kind of lets you know like what you're paying if you sign up today, but that price is usually the same. Like there's always a discount on it and you always get free gifts. I have been getting this box now for 9 months and we are on box 9. So it does not matter when you start your subscription with Hooks and Needles. You always start with the same starter box, and then you get box 2 and then box 3 in a predetermined consecutive order, rather than like a monthly subscription box where you get whatever that month's projects are. So everyone starts on the same page. It's being like suggested in my comment section that could be like a very good plan, especially if you're brand new to crochet, because then you're like starting with the same kind of base as everybody else, and then you're kind of working through projects and gaining experience as you go. And that makes a lot of sense to me. So yeah, they have 3 different levels of difficulty in their patterns. They always have a beginner, an intermediate, and an advanced project, but really any kind of beginner, confident beginner, someone who's like comfortable with like starter stitches and stuff like that, this box is probably just fine for you as well. Like I was basically an absolute beginner when I got this box, and like 3 months ago, 4 months ago, I started playing around with the advanced projects because really the beginner ones were a little too easy. So yeah, you always get gifts as well, and they always send you yarn to work the project with. There's only been one time where we've had a repeat in yarn type, different color, but a repeat in yarn type. But every single month the yarn is different, and that's really cool. So you can kind of play around with what you like and what you don't like, and you can kind of get a feel for the different yarns that are out there without making a giant commitment. And then they also have an online store, so if there's yarn or crochet accessories or knitting accessories or anything like that that you're interested in, go to their online store, check them out if you like. So what came in this month's box? If you want the in-depth video of me unboxing that, I'll have that linked here for you as well. But as I work, I throw everything back in here so you can kind of see what came with the box. They have started adding stickers to the box, but I don't know where the stickers went. So the box is empty because I've used up basically all of the yarn. So in every box, we get a little booklet magazine that breaks down the 3 projects for you. This month was like a little wall hanging, a bandana, and what they're calling like a little baby blanket. They also give you like little articles and things you can read, tips and tricks, right? Their extra DIY this month was pom-poms. But yeah, so you'll take a, like, we'll look at the projects more in depth when we get there, but here's a photo of the first one. Photo of the second one. And photo of the third one. For our bonus item this month, we got this really cute llama measuring tape. Comes in inches and centimeters. We got care tags as well. We've got 10 of them. So that's fun. And then for our wool, we got 4 different colors of yarn in 50 grams weights in what's called Cushy Soft. It's 50% cotton, 50% soybean fiber, and it's, I don't know what its rating is, but it takes a 3 to 4 US knitting needle or a 2.5 to 3.5 millimeter crochet hook is its recommended. And like I said, we got 4 colors. And then we also got like a fun little pin, little cat in it. And then this is all that I have to show you for the yarn because I used everything else up. And this is part of one of the projects that we're going to talk about in a second. So it's a really, really soft yarn. It worked really well. It does split a little bit, but it's nothing that's like impossible to work with. This was their lighter colored purple. We had a light purple, what they called a dark purple, a bright yellow that you can see here, and a white. And then the hook that I used is from Hooks and Needles, and this is the 3.5 millimeter crochet hook that I used for all of the projects. So yeah, that's what came in this month's box. I like the measuring tape. You can never have too many measuring tapes. So let's get into part 2, discussing the projects themselves. So I did sort of make all 3 projects. We'll talk about project 1 first, and then we'll talk project 2, and then we'll talk project 3. So project 1 was supposed to be the easiest project, and it came in 2 parts. You had your backing part, right, which is kind of a checkerboard kind of look, which is what I have here. I haven't blocked it or anything, but this is the checkerboard look. I used some acrylic that I already had, right, Dollar Tree, like cream and black, because I wanted to see how easy it was to work this up. And I didn't think that it mattered because it's just like a decorative item that you didn't have to use the fabric or the yarn that they wanted you to. So here's the sample photo. Here's my checkerboard. So I don't think they're too off from each other. You can see this is curving in, and that's because they didn't have you make a large enough chain to hang this properly. And I even like extended the chain, and it's still not big enough to hang. So that's just something to keep in mind. And then because I was working with like the acrylic yarn, I decided why not use the acrylic yarn that I had left over from the project that I talked about last week, a couple weeks ago, I don't remember, but and so I had used this really bright orange. I didn't quite have enough to finish, so I had to go out and buy some more, but it didn't matter because I started making this yarn, or this flower, and it wasn't coming together right, and it was curving in on each other, and it was starting to like lay like this, right, like on top of each other. And so I took it apart, redid it, got to this point, and I saw that it was doing the exact same thing. So I thought, well, maybe the size of the yarn does matter. I used a 5-inch hook to work with this because it's a thicker yarn, but it wasn't really cooperating. So then I turned to some cotton that I already have. It's basically the same kind of texture in thickness as the yarn that came in the project, and I made this flower. It's basically completely finished, or no, it has one more row to go, but as you can see, or one more petal to go, but as you can see, it is also kind of turning in on itself. It's not sitting flat. It's not working up very well. It's not cooperating. So I gave up on this one too. Like, I think I'm one petal from finishing it, but it's not sitting flat, and I don't know how to make it sit flat. And it's frustrating. So then when I was finished with all the other projects that I had leftover yarn, I decided to use the yarn that actually came with the project. And I made, this is all the yellow that I have left. I have like 12 inches of the white and the other purple left, but this was all of the yellow that I had left. And then for this one, as you can see, it's gonna start doing that thing too. Like, it's not lying flat. It's like, even from like your very early stitches, it doesn't lie flat. Theirs looks flat. Theirs looks loose and flat as you're working it. And I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know if the pattern is written wrong. I followed it 3 times, and I haven't cheated and like being like, oh, I'm going to go off of memory. I follow each and every step every single way, and I don't know what's going on. I used the QR code too because people have said, oh, these QR codes take you to online videos at times and stuff, and none of the QR codes in this booklet are taking me to the videos. So I don't have help with the videos, and I am not going to go hunting around trying to find the answer. Like, I think that it's on the company sending these projects out to have everything organized in a way that the pattern makes sense. I have never had such a hard time making something so very, very simple. Like, the checkerboard came together just fine, but this flower, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I've tried it 3 different times with 3 different types of yarn, following the instructions, and I just don't understand why they are ruffling when the pattern doesn't ruffle. I even tried counting the stitches that they have in each round, and I gave up because if the onus is not on me to make the pattern work, it's on them to give you a usable pattern. So if you've got box 9 and you made this work, let me know in the comments what I'm doing wrong, or what you think I might be doing wrong, or what is happening with this project, because it is super frustrating. So then on to project 2, which is the bandana. All right, every like Y2K millennials memory, and here it is. So the flowers came together really easily. The pattern came together really easily. I followed everything that they said to do. They wanted this to be the top, right? Like, this is the back side of my, the wrong side of the flowers, but I sewed them together differently than what they said, and I'm gonna talk about that or I guess I'll talk about it now. So they wanted this to be your like top, right? Like it matches the picture. And I don't like the yellow popping through like this. It kind of looks unintentional. So I actually took it apart early on and changed out where I was doing it. And now I have like this as my top and I like it a lot more. I like that it looks intentional. Like you have like a very specific pattern and design and look to it. It was pretty easy to make. It was 10 of the granny square, like small granny square flowers, 5 half square flowers, and a whole lot of ends. And what was interesting about this pattern is they kept talking about leaving really long ends, like leave 5-inch ends, leave long ends, but then they didn't have us do anything with them. Like here's a photo of the back of this project before I spent all day yesterday. Not all day, it felt like all day, but a majority of yesterday weaving the ends in. Yeah, like I don't know why they had us leave such long ends. Like it did make for weaving a lot easier, right? But it felt like such a waste of yarn, and I wish that I could have incorporated it, like the ends in, like a little bit better. But this is what you have. You have the granny squares, you've got the border. Could it be cleaner, tidier, all that jazz? Definitely, but I think it looks pretty decent for what it is. I will never wear it. Never ever wear it, but I have it now, so there's that. Pattern worked out well. Everything like worked out, like there wasn't any issues with the instructions or anything like that. And then project 3 was this baby blanket, the advanced level, and it's not really, I guess, advanced, but more confident beginner. And it's basically just the shape. I changed it up a little bit too, because again, I didn't kind of like how they were doing it, but I don't know which is the top side and which is the back side. This is the top side. This is the back side. So it's too big to show you the whole thing on camera. Here it is laid out on my dining room table, so you can kind of see the size of it. It's not huge, but it's an okay size, right, for like a baby blanket for something decorative like that. So this is the back side of it. Here's the top side of it, and like it's really kind of cool. They have you have like this like line of like join here, so you have like something visual there. You have another line here. Of course, I showed you the one side I forgot to do that on, so this is like the only user error really in this project, but you could see, right? And what they wanted us to do is they wanted us to leave 2 stitches here and then stitch up the sides, and the pattern didn't really make sense to me, because if you leave 2 stitches on one side, or 2 stitches, like this doesn't count out properly, doesn't sit properly, and so I ignored them and I just skipped like 1 stitch, or I somehow ended up getting this through line anyway, and I think it turned out really, really pretty. I have no idea if it's supposed to sit flat or not. I don't mind it ruffling up a little bit, just again because of the nature of the project. We use quite a bit of white, quite a bit of the purple. I would say just over half of the skein of purple, just over half the skein of white, under half a skein for the yellow, and just under half a skein for this darker purple shade. And I think it came together really nicely. Like I'm really happy with it. It feels so soft. And I had to test it out on the cats, because why not? So Here's a picture of Miles modeling the baby blanket as I was working on it, or as I had just finished it. And then, of course, we can't leave Junior out, so here's a picture of it with Junior as well. And what's funny is I put it on both cats and they both like curled into it. It was like the cutest thing. So yeah, these are the 3 projects. So now let's talk pros, cons, and user error. Pro, I really like this blanket, and if you didn't want to make the other 2 projects, you had more than enough yarn to make this at least another couple of rows wider. Like if you had wanted to use up the rest of the purple, you probably could have gotten like the 3 rows out of it like this, maybe 4 rows, but probably 3. If you wanted to use up the yellow, you would have gotten at least another 2 rows, again, maybe 3. I don't think you'd have enough for 4, and I think you'd have enough for another row or 3 rows of this purple. For the white, because you're only doing 1 at a time, you probably would have enough white to see you through too. So you could make this bigger if you didn't care about the bandana or the wall hanging. So I like that. I like that this is easily scalable and you can just keep on going to like whatever your heart's content is. I like how soft the yarn is for this. I think it was a good application for the type of yarn that it was. And I really, really like the color combination. I really like the yellow with the purples. Not as big a fan of the orange with it. So I'm kind of glad that they switched out the orange for the yellow. Pro for this, I like the little mini granny squares. I've never made such small granny squares. I'm pretty new to granny squares in general, but I really like how cute they were, how small they were. They were quite a bit of fun. And I liked kind of figuring out this kind of checkerboard pattern. It's not perfect, and I wonder if like a different method of creating it would mean that you wouldn't have like your white running through your black and your black running through your white, but I kind of like it. I like how it looks. It feels very 90s. Both of these 2 things feel very much like something out of my teenage years, especially with like the flower in the middle. I don't know why, that just feels very nostalgic to me. So there's positives in each project. I learned something new in each project. I didn't learn any new stitches or anything. They were all pretty basic. But I did learn something new in each project. Cons. My biggest con is that flower pattern. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's them. I could not make it work, and that is a big bummer. The other con is I don't really like project 1. I don't really see the point in making another wall hanging thing from hooks and needles. I kind of find wall hangings to be a bit useless. I don't find utility in the bandana either. I'm never going to wear it. I don't have the hair texture or type to pull it off. A teenage me never could. Adult me's not even going to bother trying. I'm not sure what's going to happen with this, but I'll figure out something in the future for it. I'm not taking it apart, that's for sure. I put it together. But that to me is a really big con. If they send you something and you cannot make it work at all after having 3 different attempts at it, that's just frustrating and to me a waste of money. Like I really don't care for it. It could fall under user error, and I would gladly take that on as my mistake. But maybe if I'd messed up the first time, maybe if I'd messed up a second time, but to do it 3 times and not have a chance of making it work, I don't think it's on me. I think it's something in the pattern and on them. Other cons, besides like again the issue maybe with the baby blanket pattern too, and this not me kind of ignoring what they said, that could be a con. That could also be user error if you wanted it to be. But yeah, I'm not a fan of the flowers and the issues that I had with them. A user error. I don't think there's any user error in this first project. I don't really think there's anything wrong in this second project. I probably could have done my edging a little bit nicer, and if you want to consider the fact that I chose to make this my top rather than this, I guess that could be a user error. And then in this one, it's just like I only missed this one stitch here and accidentally put a stitch there when I shouldn't have. But everywhere else it's fine, and like I would have gone back and fixed this had I caught it, because I made some mistakes along the way, but I caught them before getting too deep. But with this one here, I didn't catch it until I was already around to the purple, and the beginning of the pattern is I'm not sure. The pattern blends together so well, I'm not sure where my start and stop is. Here. So here's my start and stop. Here you can kind of see, if you follow along, this line here that I was going well with it, and then I ended up having to jog over one. So I messed up here too, and then up. So this added stitch here, wherever it was, this added stitch here was like 1, 2, 3, 4 sections away from my join, and I wasn't going to tear out that and then tear out the entirety of the purple, or tear out the entirety of the purple to then tear out like that much of the white to start over again. So that's on me. And then yeah, I think that's it for user error that I can think of. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So let's get into part 4, final thoughts. Box 9, and what do I think? I think the boxes and the projects are starting to get better. I am starting to find more utility in some of the projects. I'm starting to enjoy making some of the projects. Like I really enjoyed making this baby blanket. I really like the look of the colors that they chose in this. I like the feel of the yarn that they used for this too. That soybean and cotton blend felt really nice to work with, really smooth, and I could see easily having it as a baby blanket, using it for a baby blanket. I think that was a really good application for it. I think the project and the yarn match for that specific one. I like that I picked up skills in the other 2 projects as well, but the fact that I couldn't finish project 1 just really annoys me. So is this box worth it? Again, 50-50. I don't know. I'm going to continue getting it though, because curiosity and all of that, unless they really have to jack the pricing up, and then that might have to stop me. But right now the price point is still at a point where I'm comfortable paying. And I'm still finding enough value in this box that I'm not ready to drop it just yet. But what do you think? Do you get this box? Do you like these projects? What are your thoughts on the box and the projects in general? I'd really love to hear your perspective down in the comment section below. What do we have coming up? Friday is a new project that I have been working on. Monday is hopefully going to be an unboxing video, but that is undetermined. Wednesday is also undetermined. Everything is undetermined because we're starting a new month. So if you want to be surprised like I am in the next coming weeks with what we're having, with what we're seeing, with what I'm filming, with what I'm making, do think about subscribing. Hang out with me if you like. Like the video if you've reached the end. Like the video if you like the projects. And I think I am going to go. So with all of that being said, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching, and I will talk with you again soon.